Founded to honor a successful Palm Mitchell School graduate whose struggle against mental illness ended tragically in suicide, the Andrew Gomez Dream Foundation helps cosmetology students, graduates, and cosmetology-related enterprises. Through this year's donations to the Andrew Gomez Dream Foundation, we'll support 9 other national organizations. 50 years ago, in 1973, about 13.5 million animals were killed in America's animal shelters. Today, that number is down to 920,000. It's still too high, but our support for Best Friends Animal Society will help them reach their goal of ending the killing of dogs and cats in America's shelters by the year 2025. Can you imagine being a parent and learning that your child needs care for an illness or disease that only a children's hospital can provide? How scared would you feel for your child, especially if you don't have the ability to pay? That's why we support Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, a nonprofit organization that raises funds for 170 children's hospitals in the United States and Canada and treats 10 million kids every year. The Coalition to Abolish Slavery and Trafficking, CAST, provides 24/7 emergency care to help victims escape traffickers, heal from trauma, and rebuild their lives with newfound freedom. Many people don't realize that victims are too often arrested for crimes that traffickers force them to commit. CAST is putting an end to this inhumane practice, and we're here to support them in this important work. After traveling to Africa and seeing the plight of an entire generation of children left orphaned and poverty-stricken by the HIV/AIDS epidemic, John Paul and Eloise DeJoria became active patrons of Food for Africa, supplying at least 1 vitamin and mineral-enriched meal each day to the children of Southern Africa, where the HIV/AIDS epidemic has left more than 11 million children orphaned. Home is where we take comfort from the world. For our severely wounded heroes, however, life at home can be a constant battle. Without features designed for their unique needs, even the smallest chores can become insurmountable challenges. With our support, the Gary Sinise Foundation builds specially adapted smart homes for these heroes to reclaim their independence. Built from the ground up with their individual needs in mind, these homes alleviate stress on the entire family. Established under the philanthropic direction of award-winning actor and humanitarian Gary Sinise, who has been an advocate for our nation's defenders for 40 years, the Gary Sinise Foundation honors our defenders, veterans, first responders, their families, and those in need. Caregivers are the husbands and wives, sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, family and friends who take care of their loved ones after a diagnosis of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, or other illnesses or disease. Sadly, their selfless actions can come at a high cost. Caregivers are often depressed, stressed, depleted, and burned out, often leading to stress-related disorders that can take up to 10 years off their lives. Founded by TV personality Lisa Gibbons after her mother's diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease, Lisa's Care Connection understands that being a caregiver can be both a burden and a blessing. Every day, 33 babies are born with a permanent hearing loss. Over 75% of deaf children in California graduate from high school functionally literate, unable to read and write higher than a 3rd grade level. In educational centers, No Limits teaches underserved deaf children and their families the skills to succeed in school and in life. As a result, this comprehensive program, children who are deaf or hard of hearing are learning essential skills that will allow them to not only attend, but to graduate from college. Founded to build freshwater wells in developing countries that need safe, clean drinking water, Thirst Project and its partner organization, Legacy Youth Leadership, are working to end the global water crises and to build a socially conscious and active generation of young people. Did you know that suicide is the 2nd leading cause of death for young Americans ages 10 to 23? 10 million young people ages 12 to 20 abuse alcohol, and 90% of that is consumed through binge drinking. 6.3 million young people aged 3 to 17 years old suffer from anxiety or depression. But did you also know that 90% of young people who participate in extracurricular programs are less likely to commit suicide? Young people who volunteer are 50% less likely to abuse drugs, alcohol, and cigarettes, and students who volunteer at least 10 hours per week are much less likely to feel depressed than those who don't. Through our support, Thirst Project and Legacy Youth Leadership are impacting the lives of hundreds of thousands of young people every day and ushering in the next generation of young leaders. United Negro College Fund was founded in 1944 to help more African American students attend and graduate from college. Believing that a mind is a terrible thing to waste, the United Negro College Fund has raised more than $5 billion and helped more than 500,000 students not just attend college, but thrive, graduate, and become leaders. With our support, UNCF will award more than 10,000 scholarships worth more than $100 million each year, provide financial support to historically Black colleges and universities, serve as the nation's leading advocate for the importance of minority education and community engagement, and bring affordable college education to all American students.